Hello YouTube, this is going to be a short video primarily to promote another video. But first off I want to state you may notice that my video quality is substantially better in this video than it has been in the past several videos. The reason for that being, I just purchased a computer from Apple. I am now a corporate whore once again. For the past year I did not have a computer of my own in an attempt to dematerialize and to get off the computer, use the internet and the computer generally less frequently. Now, I did dematerialize. I do place less value on technology now. In fact, I view it as detrimental in many respects. But I failed in terms of my goal of using the computer substantially less. I did use the internet less, I did use the computer less, but not substantially so. Because I borrowed relatives' computers, including the mini computer that I recorded my past several videos on, hence their terrible quality. I used the yeah, used the library computer, used relatives' computers, so I still was on the computer relatively frequently. I took a year off of school the past year because I was so fed up with the educational system, but I'm now starting college, what people outside of the US refer to as university, in the fall, and I felt that while not necessary, it would be beneficial to have a computer of my own, hence the fact that I purchased a computer. Refurbished, so I guess that takes the blood off of my hands to some extent, so to speak, as opposed to new, but it is an Apple laptop, so I'm feeding the beast, but, you know, personal change in terms of those who say that personal lifestyle changes make fundamental differences. I disagree. I think that it ignores the power dynamic, and there's the fact that not having a computer did not curb my computer usage substantially, so I don't feel that having one will have a profound negative impact, and it will help me with college, which I start in a few weeks. So, having said that, which you probably all were not all that interested in, I want to move on to the fact that Stefan Molyneux made a very good video recently with regard to the London riots. I found it rather concise. I found the points contained therein to be spot on, and so I wanted to simply link it to you in the box below. Now, if those of you who don't know, Stefan Molyneux runs a very large internet philosophy, he calls it, but I think it's primarily best described as being a political radio show. He has audiobooks as well as ebooks that he offers for free download. He is an anarchist, or he's not an anarchist, he's an anti-statist. He opposes the state, but he does not oppose corporations, he does not oppose all forms of hierarchy, he simply opposes the large monolith form of hierarchy known as the state, known as countries, known as governments. So I don't agree with everything he has to say, but I think he has several good ideas. His analysis sometimes a little bit weak. He's not always intellectually sound in terms of his critical thinking, despite being intelligent. But I agree with a lot of what he has to say, disagree with a lot of it as well. But I found this video that I'm going to put in the description box below to be very concise. Essentially, he's critiquing those who condemn the London rioters as, just criminal mobs, etc., the hypocrisy contained therein, how there are far bigger criminals in our society, and how those who have been subjugated by the unjust economic conditions, by poverty, namely, and should not be held to the same moral standard as those of us who have privilege. And I think that's an excellent point that I will allow you to listen to the elaboration of below. He does make one comment near the end of his video that I disagree with, about how destruction is inherently bad and how property destruction is inherently bad and how, he does still condemn the London riots despite to some degree understanding that. I thought that comment near the end was a little bit excessively harsh, but nonetheless, I think it's a very good video that overall is on the right track. Now, if you have not done so already, I encourage you to check out my 3-part series on the London riots. You can find on my channel essentially my thoughts on them. I have somewhat of a mixed view of them. I encourage you to check out those 3 videos. It's initially a little bit rambly. I initially don't articulate myself as clearly as I could. I have a lot of pauses in the first few minutes of part 1, but then I think I hit my stride to a large degree. And so bear with me for the first few minutes. If you watch my 3-part analysis on the London riots, it is entitled something to the effect of what were those criminal mobs thinking, and I put that, of course, sarcastically, as I don't view these London rioters condescendingly in that fashion. So check out the video in the description box below. I'll also place my 3-part series that critiques the London riots in the description box below as well. Check out Molyneux's videos, check out my videos in the description box. Thanks for listening.